Alright guys, this is a helpful little video to help anyone out there that has problems getting their box turtle to eat, greens or whatever, but they still want their box turtle to get the nutrients they need. So let me show you guys a trick. This right here is Reptamin, vitamin C, and calcium. So this is a good supplement to any aquatic turtle diet. The trick with this formula right here, it works fantastic for box turtles because they're semi-aquatic. So the trick is to get your box turtle that mostly spends its time on land to eat floating pellets. Well, as you can see, she's going to town right now, and I'm going to give her, well, actually she has some still in there. The trick is spend time with your box turtle. So after a while, everyone's box turtle individually will get used to their owner and will come up to the edge of the tank or to the terrarium, whatever, and they'll allow you to start hand feeding. When that point occurs, like if, let's say, earthworms, mine was earthworms to get her to do this. When she goes for earthworms, she'll start to get accustomed to your hand having earthworms, so she'll start following your finger whether you have a worm or not. Where this comes into play is I started over here in her water dish. It used to get filthy, so now I moved to feeding her in a separate dish. What you do, take some pellets, put it in a bowl, put a little bit of water. You don't need a lot, just enough to soften them up and enough for them to not stick to the bottom. They need to float. So then what you do is, now that she has, pointer finger trained pretty much, you take your finger, she'll follow it, walk over, you swish your finger in the water so that the pellets move. That action will get her to get interested. She'll go take one bite and she'll like, oh, that's delicious. So at that point, you feed a worm, then you feed a couple pellets. Every other feeding, you feed the pellets. So let's say I feed her, for example, 2 to 3 times a week. Not every day. It's not really good for her. I want her to digest all her food, pass it properly. So I give her about a day between feedings. So what I do is I do one day, now that I have her converted, I do one day with worms as treats. Worms and fruits probably. I rarely give fruits, but mainly one day's worm. The other day will either be Reptamin, or I also have aquatic turtles. I give different aquatic turtle food. I also do fish and other invertebrates, superworms. I tried crickets. She didn't really seem too interested in them. She just kind of watched them jump around and she didn't chase them, so I just kind of held off on crickets. I might do it again, but I might pre-kill them. So yeah, hopefully that helped you guys out. If you guys got any questions, leave a comment and I'll get to it, and we'll see what we can do. This right here, she's in a little 40-gallon. She's gonna be getting an upgrade soon in the reptile building that I'm currently working on. But she has ferns. She doesn't eat the ferns, which is good, and a pothos plant. It's not doing as great as in my snake enclosures because I had other box turtle in here that kind of just squished it to death, and she's more gentle and laid back. So now that she's alone and that box turtle is no longer with us, she got a new home. She didn't die, but it's starting to grow back, which is great. So hopefully that helped you guys with a little trick to get your turtle to take vitamin supplements willingly. And as you can see, calcium's the main thing. You don't want to be dusting their food. It can be a hassle because they'll lose interest with the white powder on it. This is just a good substitute. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little trick, and I hope it works on your turtles.